I want to show you guys something really cool that I've been working on. So this obviously is my software, chatiq.ai, which is basically a chatbot which allows me to train a chatbot on anything. And I'm using it a lot as an employee within my own business. So I want to give you an example of how I'm doing this. So for example, you can train a chatbot on any of these, but we're going to see if we can actually use Postman and Twilio to basically see if we can actually integrate with Twilio. I've created a Twilio account somewhere. I haven't actually got a Twilio phone number, so we'll see if we can do that now. And then what I'm going to show you how to do, cool, we've got Twilio phone number. And then what we're going to try and do is integrate and see if it works. So the way we're going to do this is I've gone into the dashboard, and I'll show you how to do this now actually. So our chatbot's got no training data at the moment, and I'm going to give it these three URLs. We've got the messaging resource, which is a document which has got a load of information on how to integrate with Twilio. And I'm assuming at this point there is like zero knowledge on how to integrate. So I'm going to assume this is for someone who doesn't know what they're doing. And we're going to basically test how well ChatIQ can actually work in this use case. We've got this one, which is just an error list, which actually, now I think about it, I'm not going to include, just because I'm looking at it and there's not enough information here. I'd have to go into each different one and then scrape each different URL, so I don't think it's worth importing that. We've got the documentation for learning how to actually build requests within Postman, which again, going to be very useful for us. This is the information that ChatIQ is going to need to be able to teach us how to integrate. And the whole idea of this is to speed things up, so we don't need to read each of these docs and then actually understand them. But more importantly, if we have any issues or problems or errors, we can then actually ask ChatIQ about those errors, and it should be able to lift the information directly from these docs and then give us the answer immediately. And then we've also got how to use the REST API. So I've built a account on Postman. I've also got a Twilio account. I'm going to be showing the API keys and stuff. Don't be using them because this account will be shut down after this video. But let's start off with the API docs. So we're going to come over to trainer website. We're going to paste in that website, and here we're going to explain you are an experienced coding chatbot, and we'll say in Java, HTML, curl, what else? I don't know, JSON. Your job is to understand the dev docs and teach me how to use them as if I have zero experience. Is that? Yeah. Write the code correctly and make sure you avoid getting errors. Okay, cool. So we'll start off with that. This whole avoid getting errors thing, it's very unlikely that that's going to make a big difference, but sometimes it helps. That's why I put it in. Then once we've built this custom prompt, it's going to, so at the moment it's generating it within the AI. The AI is generating a powerful chatbot. Then what we're going to do is add the training information to that chatbot, and then we're going to ask it a list of questions. So we're going to build this custom chatbot now. I think it was this URL that I used. So we're then going to add in these two one by one. So let's just wait for that to build, and I'll get back to you once that's done. Cool, so that didn't take very long to do. Also, the longer the website that you're scraping, the longer it's going to take to build the chatbot. So this one, for example, going to take that, we're going to go to train chatbot, and we're going to add some additional information. So you guys actually know, if you come to the chatbot settings and active training data, you can see here, that's the URL we've just scraped. If this isn't loading, you can just refresh the page. So we're going to train with another chatbot. It's already got the prompt, it's remembered that. We're going to add that training data. So this is the information about how to actually build a request within Postman. And then this one, which is just a messaging resource, which should be some useful information for us as well. So we come back to chatbot settings, just check that information's been added. So we've got both URLs now, and we're going to add this one in as well. So you can see I'm on the enterprise account. Obviously I own this company, so I can give myself as much as I want. But you guys, if you sign up on the starter account, you'll have, less URLs that you can scrape. I think it's 5 on the starter, and then it gets up to 50 on the professional. So it's really useful if you're building an employee. So I actually use this day to day within the company. We've got our own chatbot, which all of the employees have access to, and it's trained on information across the entire business. So if people have questions, or if there's dev documents, or if there's SOPs for our business, you can just ask the chatbot and it will give them to you straight away without having to go through a massive folder and spend hours looking for them. Cool. So we go to the active training data. We've got 3 URLs in there. You can see this is the prompt it's given us. It's created a list of rules for it to follow. And if we're not getting the responses that we want, we can always come back in here and edit this, or you can delete it and recreate it. So now let's ask the chatbot. So I've asked it, I'm trying to integrate with Twilio using Postman, give me detailed step-by-step instructions on how to do this. And I've just said, I'm guessing I'll need JSON, maybe curl. I'm assuming I have 0 experience. I don't know what I'm doing in this area. And I've also said step-by-step instructions. This is going to basically cut out, otherwise if we don't do that, it's just going to give us, this is the JSON for integrating, right? This is the curl that we're going to need, and then we're going to get very lost and confused. So by doing this, it's basically going to start from 0, as if we haven't probably even got an account with Twilio. I imagine it's going to ask us to do that, and then it's going to take us through step-by-step on how to actually do it, and you'll see just how quickly we can get things set up. So here we go. First of all, you need a Twilio account. Right, so yeah, we've got that. Create a new project by clicking new project, give your project a name. Create your project, go to the dashboard. Okay, we're going to leave that for the moment. We're going to just skip to the Postman part and see if this works, because I've already set up the Twilio account. I haven't built the project yet, so that could cause problems. But for now, I just want to see what happens, right? So open Postman and create a new request by clicking new request in the account, in the request builder. Okay, so we're going to need this URL here. And we're going to need to replace the account SID with our actual account SID. So we're going to close these URLs. We don't need those anymore. And what did it say to do? Create a new request. Yeah, we've done that. Cool. Oh, it's a post. So we're going to need to do that. We're going to put that in there. We're going to replace the account SID, which is this one here. Like I say, guys, please don't steal these. I will be deleting this account. So I'll paste that in there. Step 2, or 8 rather, click on the headers tab. Right, so content type. Right, we'll do that. Headers, I don't know how well this is going to work. So it's got key, value, and description. Right, so content type is going to be the key. Do that. And it's going to be application. I don't know what this stuff at the end of it would be. I would assume it'd just be application, but I don't know. We'll see what happens here. Authorization. Put that there. And then it's going to be basic. Okay, so it's going to want us to... It's going to want us to put in the account SID in there, I'm guessing. Okay, dokes. Right, so let me just continue this. Okay, I've decided that it's this URL encoded stuff I don't think is necessary, and I'm going to assume that someone who doesn't know what they're doing doesn't really understand this. So what we're going to do is we're going to come back to here. Yeah, we'll take this and we're going to put, actually no we won't. We will take this, because this is what it initially gave us, and we're going to ask us to give us step-by-step instructions on how to do this. I want to be able to use JSON, and I want to avoid doing these complicated things. So let's see what it says. And I think what's happened is, because of some of those documents that I gave it were quite complicated, it's basically lifting information from both, and it's trying to do something a little bit more complicated than what we want. At the moment, all we want to do is see if we can get a successful integration. So I've basically said I've given it the actual URL that we're going to be using, and now this is probably going to give it a little bit more information on the actual path that we're going to be taking with this. Yeah, so we'll just wait and see what it says. Cool. Let's come back with the response pretty quickly. So I'm just going to read through this and then we'll get going. So this is a really important thing. Okay, so here it said the headers tab, and if you remember up here, it didn't give us a lot of information, right? And I could have said, Where was it? This stuff, right? This bit here was confusing and I didn't really understand it. I could have copied that and then asked it to give us some more information, but actually just asking it again like this has given us more information. So it's actually said that when we do this, the authorization needs to be basic, right? Followed by this, right? So you need to create our own encoded string with your Twilio account SID and authorization separated by a colon. You can use an online tool like this. So we're going to copy this link and we're going to create one of those. I don't really know what I'm doing, but we'll see what happens. Let's put this as a proper URL. Cool. So where are we? Chatbot. So I'm going to need to get my account SID and auth token, which is this, and then my auth token. I'm going to need to encode this. Cool. So we got that. I'm then going to come back over to here, and I'm guessing we just do that. I'm assuming this is going to work. I don't really know whether this is working or not. I haven't got the documentation for this written, but it says it's going to encode it. So encode files to basic. Okay, so that should work. I don't know. We'll see what happens. What is the next step? So while I'm reading through it, I've just told it what I've done. So hopefully it will come back and say, yeah, that works, or no, you've made a terrible mistake. And then we need to do content type, and then the same thing again. So I'll do that now. So we're then going to click on the body tab below headers. Let's come back with some information. I'll read that in a minute. Click on the body tab below the headers and select that. God knows what any of this means. Okay, cool. I've never done it like this before. Usually I do, I don't know what I usually do, but whatever, we'll see what happens. Key value pairs in the body. Right. Okay, so 2. Yep. From. And then the body. So do that. So I'm hoping I don't know how to do this, but I'm guessing I can just send a message to, well, I'll put in a test phone number, and then we'll do from our phone number, and we're just going to do hello world. Right, I have no idea if this is going to work, but we're going to take this phone number here. This is a free online phone number. We're going to put that in here. I'm going to come back. Once all the fields have been filled out correctly, click on the send button. Okay, I'm assuming you haven't missed anything. I'm guessing we're going to get a lot of errors, but let's see what happens. Okay, cool. So the message is, okay, that's annoying. Cannot send messages to unverified numbers. That's a shame. That's because we're using this number here. Let me just change this number to another one. And there we have it. Awesome. So that's worked. What I've done is I just put it in another verified number that I got, which is going to be blurred out for you guys because it's my phone number. And then you can see here, I'll show you on my account, if I do this, you can see I received that message. So it basically says, hello world. Well, sent from the trial account. That worked. So basically I managed to build an integration with Twilio using literally just one message with ChatIQ. I asked it about this stuff here, and just so for context, it basically just asked me to do the same thing again. It turns out we did the base464 integration correctly. If that didn't work, if that hadn't worked, we could have just got the documentation for how to use this, just gone online and found something and added it in, and then asked ChatIQ as well. So now, for example, if there's anything else we wanted to do, we could continue to add information to our chatbot, and then it would be able to dissect that information and basically build an ongoing tutorial for us. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. I think this is quite a cool thing. Quite happy with how that turned out, and you can see it's quite a complicated thing that we had to do. Also, if you guys want to sign up for ChatIQ, I will leave the link down below in the description. You can get a 2-week free trial just to be messing around and see if you guys like it.